Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Caretaker Gamer. This week we shall be reviewing Ratchet and Clank. Now hold on, not the PS2 one, not the PS3 HD remake. However, we shall be reviewing the PS4 reboot, which is also based on the film, which is also based on the original game. You know what I mean, folks. Now, let's get on with this review, Space Rangers. Ratchet and Clank is about a young Lombax named Ratchet. He's kind of a Luke Skywalker kind of character, on a boring home planet, and all he's really doing with his life is just being a mechanic, fixing spaceships and hovercrafts of whatnot. He has great ambitions of becoming a space ranger, the protectors of his galaxy. However, he just currently makes do with his crummy job. On a distant space station, Chairman Drek is preparing his army on taking pieces from several planets to create his own planet to help his own species, the Blarg. And while he's creating this mass army of war machines, a little guy named Clank comes along. He's kind of a defect though, because he's pretty tiny compared to the rest of them. And just right when he's about to be put into the incinerator, he makes a daring escape and takes the escape pod out of Chairman Drek's evil fortress. One night, Ratchet is just staring into the night sky, imagining what life would be like if he was a space ranger. But out of nowhere comes a massive meteor and crash lands on his planet. However, this is not a meteor. It's Clank, who just got his daring escape and kind of needs his repairs done. He tries to get away from Ratchet, being like, oh my god, this guy is a weirdo. But then starts a true friendship with Ratchet. And now it's up to Ratchet and Clank and help from the Space Rangers to stop the evil Chairman Drek and save the galaxy! Boy, it is refreshing to play a 3D platformer again that isn't me going into my library and finding a 3D platformer from like 2000 that isn't Mario. Ratchet and Clank controls much like the original one for the PS2/PS3 on the HD remake. However, the controls have been updated for the PS4 controller, of course, but they just feel a lot smoother than they have ever been. All of your weapons are in an inventory that is very easy to manage and to get your weapon ready. A lot better than the original one. Some weapons are not shown in your inventory, like the translator, which makes things go a lot faster than you having to go switch between weapons. As a 3D platformer, there is much platforming to be done, and dodging bullets, lots of bullets. Enemies swarm attack you after the certain tutorial section part of the game. When I first started up this game, I was like, I'm not gonna die. This should be easy. I was proven wrong. Those swarms can be tedious. Having all kinds of different enemies attacking you all at the same time, you have to kind of switch between weapons to see what best fits your needs. My favorite of them all is the disco ball one, where everyone just kind of pauses and then starts dancing. Dancing, my man. Gotta show them moves. Another fun one is the sheepinator, where you zap someone and they turn into a sheep. And how could you have a platforming game without bosses? There really aren't that many bosses, but they still prove quite a challenge, except for one, where it had the squid looking one. It wasn't that difficult. However, it did really pack a punch if it actually hit you. There are some sections when you get to play as Clank. Usually involves going in, solving a little puzzle, and then either opening the door up for Ratchet or disabling some security system. The Clank sections, they're pretty good. Honestly, when you usually play a secondary character in these kinds of games, most of the time they're not that great. However, these were few and short, but they were still enjoyable. And why not take a break from your adventure and do some exploring? Find some gold bolts where you can unlock things like cheats if you really want to. And also, you can maybe get some holo cards as well, but the best way of doing it is just kill some enemies or even go exploring a little bit and you'll find a bunch of holo cards. They're just usually pictures of enemies and characters and creatures throughout the Ratchet and Clank universe. It's kind of like a trading card game. It is a trading card game. And if you want to take a break from doing all the platforming, you can fly in your spaceship for certain missions to defend the skies against Drek's forces in your ship, where you can, you know, pick up some enemies and throw them back at the big motherships. And if you haven't had enough, you can also do some hoverboarding in your free time. You know, take a pause. You don't need to save the galaxy right now. Just go ride some hoverboards, man. Gotta compete in them races and win that gold prize, you know, man? I must say, the graphics in this game are amazing. The cutscenes and the gameplay, you cannot tell the difference. Unless you're one of those people who analyze every little bit. But I have to say, these are the best graphics I've seen in a while. If this game was a person and entered a beauty pageant, this is a winner. I have nothing but praise for Ratchet and Clank for the PS4. Nothing but praise. This game has amazing gameplay mechanics, graphics, sounds, and it didn't feel like I was basically playing the same thing as the original. It felt like a brand new experience. Insomniac really improved on everything. That's a huge thumbs up to you, Insomniac. And if I ever met one of you guys, I will give you a high five, maybe a hug, because you brought the joy of 3D platformers back. And now, Space Rangers and fellow Caretaker Gamer watchers, it is time to give this game a rank. Is it part of the great, amazing Space Rangers? Or is it like the evil Chairman Drek and Stinky? Well, here is our rating. Ratchet and Clank for the PS4 is a 10 out of 10! I highly suggest you get this game at your local retailer or the internet. No, but really, I do implore you that you get a physical copy of this game. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed my review of this game. And if you like what you saw and heard, please subscribe and like the video. And also maybe share it. People need to know about this game. They really do. If they don't, also, go see the movie next week on April 29th. I highly implore you. This has been Caretaker Gamer, signing off.